Who's Miranda Kerr?
Was she in School of Rock?
No, that's Miranda Cosgrove. You fucking idiot.
Brunch. Hit it, boys.
Hey, Pete, nice mustache.
Thank you.
Where's the rest of it?
Oh, fuck off.
Brunch. Hit it, boys.
So that's a cold open.
That
as
was
the cold open.
That was the top note I had for
Fuck off.
for brunch. That was
What would your grade actually be
for
it
your
right now?
mustache.
Yeah.
It would be like if there was some sort of software that detects whether or not you have a mustache, or like takes pictures of your mustache, it wouldn't register you
As a mustache?
as like a thing. It would be like, please put the face in front of the thing, and you would do it. And it would be like, please put the face in front of the thing.
So if Jin Yang made an app that detected a mustache or not a mustache, this would get not a mustache.
It's like when you buy something really light and use self-checkout, and then you put it in the thing, and it's
You have
like,
to skip bagging.
hey, are you going to put that in bagging? And you're like, yes, I already did. And it's like, are you skipping bagging? And you're like, no, because I already put it there. But you know what? Yeah, I'll skip bagging. And it's like, hey, how come something's in there then if you skip bagging?
It's like when you have sex and they say, is it in yet? And you're saying, yes, it's in.
And you say, well, as long as you don't skip bagging. Am I right?
That's
Wrap
true.
it up, fellas.
That's true.
Come on, boys.
This is a pro safe sex podcast.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Brunch. Hit it, boys.
So, nice blank. Where's the rest of it? Is basically a sibling of nice blank. Does it come in men's?
Yes, that's
And
true.
if there are any more nice blank little jab jokes, can you send them along? Because
Well, I mean, not to make this all about dick jokes, but like, hey, nice dick, where's the rest of it would be a hilarious jab.
yes, I would honestly, if a girl said that to me, I would say, yeah, good.
Yes, good job.
Approved. We'll do this again.
Here's your gold star.
Yes. You know what? You are now more sexually attractive to me than before, so this is going terrific. So far, I've gotten a little crack about having a small dick, and
now I am
I'm
fully interested.
yes, exactly. This weekend, one of my friends said, "Nice, whatever. Where's the rest of it?" And for some reason, it just struck such a chord with everybody that everybody the whole day and night was saying, "Hey, nice, whatever. Where's the rest of it?" We went to a bar to watch the second half of the Celtics game, and Ben Simmons went up for this huge monster dunk in the fourth quarter and missed it. And there was like a lot of belly laughs at it. I let out, "Hey, Ben Simmons, nice dunk. Where's the rest of it?" Got huge laughs. It was terrific.
That's a good situation to use that in.
Yeah.
I'm pretty upset at myself. I was at a restaurant on Saturday, and so I wasn't watching the Celtics game.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that it went into overtime. We had finished dinner, and
Yeah.
I walked into like the bar section of
Yeah.
the restaurant, and I was like, should I stick around and watch overtime, or should I just go home? And I ended up I was like, let's just go home.
Oh God!
Yeah,
Why'd you do that?
I don't know, because I was out of sports mode. I had the
Yeah.
day off, so I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not watching sports today.
Yeah.
Like I did watch the Kentucky Derby, and I won my bet on the Kentucky Derby.
Nice.
So I felt like I wanted, like that was my one sports moment of the day. I wanted
Yeah.
to go out on a high note. So I was like, if the Celtics lose, I don't want to be bummed out about that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go home. And apparently, I fucking missed. How did overtime go?
The Sixers got out to a 4-point lead. Celtics were coming back. Jason Tatum missed one of 2 free throws after missing 2 free throws at the end of regulation. So very upsetting. And then Celtics came back.
Oh, it was Horford, right? With game winner? And then
Well,
the steal?
so Horford got the game-winning shot, and then got who? I'm blurring the end of regulation, the end of overtime. But at the end, Celtics were up 1. There was, I think, 3.7 seconds left, and Horford stole the inbound, and it was awesome.
Oh man, I have a regret that I didn't stick around and watch that, because there's nothing better than a game-winning shot is great, but a game-winning steal is arguably better, because you're in a position where you're like, fuck, the other team can win it here, and then it flips on its head.
Well, I mean, taking something away is always more satisfying than giving something.
Yeah.
Withholding something is always more satisfying than giving something. Like, I mean, think of it this way. What would you rather see? A monster home run or an insane catch by a center fielder that robs a home run? You're taking that Torrey Hunter shit every day of the week.
It's like, yeah, you're like robbing somebody else of joy.
Yeah.
In a more severe fashion.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about this when I was watching hockey like a couple days ago. It's a weird thing to say, but like I'd rather have my team, like if it's like the last few minutes of a game, I'd rather have them be losing than tied.
Oh,
like
well, it's way more exciting.
It's
like preferring the chase to being happily married.
Yes. Well, it's like there's hope when you're tied.
Yeah,
and like there's so much uncertainty, and it's fucking brutal. Mm-hmm. But if you're losing, then you're like, well, if they don't score in the next like minute and a half, then they're gonna lose. You can only go up,
and you've already experienced the part of being upset that your team's losing.
Right.
So really, it's like a small little step down to go from fuck my team's losing to fuck my team lost, because there's already some sense of being defeated.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, there's nothing like being down 1 goal with under 3 minutes to play in a hockey game. It's absolutely terrific. But speaking of basketball, I think I said it on the last podcast. Paul Williams, musician, New Zealand comedian. He's great, and he's really, really good. And I was talking to one of my friends about him the other day, and he's gotten really into him, and he was like. And we were talking about how it's weird that he's this New Zealand comedian and he makes this good pop music. And he was like, yeah, have you listened to his podcast? And I was like, oh, he has a podcast? And he was like, yeah, he's got a podcast that, like his music, is not popular at all. It's called Advanced Analytics.
Okay.
And it's him and his brother doing or his friend, I don't know who it is. It's an NBA podcast that is not analytically driven at all. It's just 2 guys from New Zealand talking about basketball, and I listened to it today, and it just sounds unbelievable. It's so fucking cool. It sounds like you and me talking about the NBA, meaning like good understanding of it. Like we're fans, but like we're not crazy over the top. Like we're not nerding out over it.
Yeah.
It's just 2 guys casually talking about basketball, and
with
it sounds
so
awesome with New Zealand accents. They're like one of them was like, I was on the Magic Reddit, and they're all saying that they want who they want the coach to be, and it's all like Toronto Raptors assistants, and I wouldn't want a Toronto Raptors head coach to be my coach. Why would you want assistants? And it's just so great. And they talk about Brad Stevens, and they love Brad Stevens. It just sounds great.
You should just pretend to have an Australian or a New Zealand accent for like this point on the podcast for infinity. Because it's more enjoyable for me to listen to you speak to me with that accent.
If I could do an accent, we've discussed my. I was looking up tutorials on how to do an Australian accent. It's really, really hard, and that's why I still can't do it, because it's saying the O sound that they make is so fucking hard, and that's why people who can do it, like Kate McKinnon,
they just beat it into the ground because nobody else can fucking do it.
Right. Like they're
like, fuck, we need an Australian accent. There are 4 people that can do it well.
Right. Well, in what was it called? White Bachelorette Party movie?
Yeah. That's exactly what it's called.
Yeah. No, what do we call? Oh, My Big Fat White Bachelorette Party. She says she yells like, "This is no joke, and they only gave her that line because it's with the Australian accent. Like I can't do it, but like no joke.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. I wish I could do that shit.
Well, it's like a slap in the face when Hollywood gives American accents.
Oh, well, don't get me started on that.
To actors with Australian accents. Like, why the fuck would I want to hear an American accent over an Australian accent? Why are you robbing that joy from me?
Well, no, she doesn't do it. She does.
No, but I'm saying, like, just like in general,
Yeah.
when an actor from, like, Hugh Jackman, I'm pretty sure, is he Australian? I'm pretty sure he's Australian. Russell Crowe, Australian.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, yeah, well,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, when did that happen?
Like 4 years ago.
Russell Crowe?
Yes. Russell Crowe, look it up.
He's not dead.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he
No,
is.
He's not.
Yes, he is. Look it up.
That is not like an obscure thing. The world would be mourning over Russell Crowe if he died.
I thought, man, I thought I could get that past you.
No,
Russell.
he is not that like obscure.
What did I try to convince you recently? The
Bunnies.
bunnies don't
Yeah,
exist.
Bunnies aren't real animals.
The bunnies are a made up thing.
Yeah. Which, like, you got me, but I also was like, there's definitely
There's a bunny
could be,
somewhere.
yeah.
There's got to be a bunny out there somewhere. I haven't seen it, but I bet it's somewhere.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman's Australian.
Yeah. Should we get to our Monday and people are pissed?
Yeah.
All right. A lot of celebrities are pissed. Paris Hilton, Audrina Patridge, Rachel Bilson, Orlando Bloom, Miranda Kerr, Brian Austin Green, Megan Fox, and Lindsay Lohan are pissed
Because they're not relevant anymore.
No, well, they've all been robbed.
Really?
By yes, it's they've been caught. It's 8 teenagers and young adults based in and around Calabasas.
Calabasas.
Is that a thing?
Yep.
Well, not anymore because it's been robbed blind. They burgled the home of the celebrities, resulting in thefts of about $3 million in cash and belongings. Much of the property belonged to Paris Hilton, whose house has now been burglarized several times. That's crazy. At first, I was like, $3 million is kind of low to rob
For all those people?
Yeah.
They're not that relevant. Half of those people are pretty washed at this point.
Yeah.
But I always think it's interesting when it's like cash and other belongings. Like, what's the split there?
Yeah.
Like, are these celebrities just stashing away millions in cash in their house?
I know. Yeah.
Like, who? I have maybe
I got a fiver
five.
on me right
Yes.
now, and the only time I have cash in my apartment is when I'm in my apartment with my wallet,
Yes.
which has a fiver in it right
And
now.
whenever I have cash on me, I want to get rid of the cash as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Like, I got a 50 from a transaction like a week ago, and I was stressed to the high heavens.
Yeah.
Thinking that I had to carry around $50 on me for a week. And I was like, how can I get rid of this?
The worst part about having cash is when you decide that you're going to pay for something, like part of a bill with cash, no matter how much you took out, it's always like $6 too little. And you're like, well, now I'm paying with my card, and I still got this fucking
Yeah,
cash on me like a
exactly.
goddamn idiot.
Like, it has to work out perfectly
Hope
for
we
you
go
to
someplace with a
disperse your
coverage
cash.
charge so I can pay for everybody, get rid of this cash, burning a hole in my pocket. So who were they? Paris Hilton, Audrina Patridge, Rachel Bilson. What do you think Rachel Bilson's got in her apartment?
The fact that you called it an apartment.
Yeah, I realize that.
probably suggests not a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know. Rachel Bilson got that shampoo money for a while.
that's true.
What the fuck is...
Burgled by the group 3 to 6 times, amounting to between $130,000 and $300,000 of stolen property. Who's Miranda Kerr?
Was she in School of Rock?
No, that's Miranda Cosgrove. You fucking idiot.
Oops. Miranda Kerr.
That'd be
is an
super mean if they were burglarizing that kid.
Why?
Miranda Cosgrove.
Yeah, why?
You don't burglarize a little kid.
She's not a little kid anymore.
Yeah, but all these robberies happened in 2009.
What? No, what the fuck?
Yeah, I just read you an old news story.
Brunch. Hit it, boys.
that's why like that was written about, because those people were relevant.
Yeah, if this
9
happened
years
now-
ago.
If this happened now, it would be like Miranda Kerr trying to get attention by saying she's been burglarized.
If this story happened now, people would be like, "Oh, well, that's because all those washed-up celebrities can't afford locks on their houses anymore."
Yeah. Do you want to know what the name of the group is? They had a name.
The group that just robbed the the Sticky Bandits,
The Bling Ring.
the Bling Ring.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
What's up with between these kids?
I think if you're calling yourself the Bling Ring, you got to come up with a bigger takeaway, a bigger score than like $3 million between 12 celebrities.
Yeah. Man, this is an interesting Wikipedia page, though.
They have a Wikipedia page?
Yeah, that's what I was reading to you. I was just jumping around the Wikipedia page and acting as though it was a news story.
Oh, you fucker.
Yeah.
Did you just do like a randomized Wikipedia thing?
I just searched celebrities who have been burglarized. It has a very long Wikipedia page, including there's a section called Detective Brett Goodkin. So there was like a guy who was fucking slaving over figuring out. He had, like, in Barry, he had the fucking board with all the people, like, it just doesn't make sense, and like smoking cigarettes and shit like that. Speaking of HBO stuff, A, Barry was super upsetting tonight, and B, I laughed very hard at Silicon Valley has very much jumped the shark, but I laughed very hard at Guilfoyle's PowerPoint presentation.
Well, I haven't watched Silicon Valley yet, but I did watch Barry. And Barry, I said this on Twitter last week, and I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but Barry is better than Silicon Valley. Like,
we both said
jumped on the power rankings. Now it's not even close. Like last week, I was ready to say that it's higher on my power rankings.
I think that we actually said that a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, like before, because I think last week the takeaway was just like, what the fuck from that. And I think that like it didn't take long to solidify that.
Well, Barry
it's
is
more exciting
for sure
to
hitting
watch
its stride.
It's like I look way more forward to basically all season to fucking Barry than Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley hasn't necessarily been bad, but it's jumped the shark, and it's just not as exciting.
Yeah, you know what you're getting. Barry's more of a wild card.
Yeah,
and it's this week was like devastating.
Yeah,
it was, it's wild because like 1 week it can be in an awesome comedy, and then the next week it can literally like tear you down and make you devastated.
Although Barry is a great example of the hiring Americans to do accents thing, but I'm not going to call them problematic because both of those guys are so fucking good
I know.
that I would rather do an accent. I would rather have them do an accent than not have them be in it.
And Barry is like defying stereotypes in that sort of way, because the Bolivian guy who is just like the nicest guy in the world.
I wrote
was
down
so fucking
my
funny.
favorite part about that show is that guy has no reason to like Barry, and he loves Barry. He's just so invested in Barry.
Are you talking about NoHo Hank?
Who's NoHo Hank?
The bald guy, the Anthony Kerrigan.
Yeah. Oh, was he in something else?
No, that's his name in the show.
His name's NoHo Hank?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Why does
NoHo
that
Hank.
mean?
I'm assuming like North Hollywood Hank.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
So, yeah, like that's his name. But I'm talking about the Bolivian guy that got off the plane and when he was talking to the mob boss.
The nice guy.
Yeah. And he was like, ah, shit. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny just because like there's... In every other show, that guy would be like a menacing character. And they kind of just like...
I mean, we've seen it a million times in Breaking Bad and stuff like that. But no, I was talking about the phone call between NoHo Hank, as I now know his name to be, and Stephen Root's character when they're sad that Barry died.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's like, I saw a guy today, and for a second I thought, Betty? I love they call him Barry. So great. What a fun show. Yeah.
Bill Hader's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah. And Henry Winkler is a close second on that.
Everybody's good in that show.
Yeah, everyone on that show is A+. Although, again, like, I don't need
like
Stephen Root so much, but whatever. Did you watch Donald Glover's SNL?
I did not.
I saw some of it. I saw the monologue, which was unbelievably, really, really, really bad.
Really?
Yeah. But there were 2 skits that were really funny. One of which was him and Melissa Villaseñor doing dirty talk, and he knows how to do dirty talk. It was like a very basic premise. He knows how to do dirty talk, and she doesn't, and she just says a lot of problematic things, and it's really, really funny.
That's one of my favorite things in the world is when you're like saying when you're like it's written into the bit that you're gonna say some fucked up shit,
right?
And then you deliver on it.
Well, you're right. Well, like, I mean, the joke isn't the words that she's saying. The joke is that she's saying those words.
Yes,
hilarious.
The best.
Yeah,
and I like those. I think I like that kind of humor the best because there are people that get upset about it.
Well, shit. Like I was thinking, as I rewatch The Office on and off all the time, Michael Scott wouldn't fly these days.
Right.
There's
people would be pissed.
Yeah, people would not watch The Office. People would talk about how The Office
this is
was
disgusting.
problematic. Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's the fucking joke.
Right, like that he's this out of touch
I don't know
idiot.
how many times we've had this sort of conversation where it's like you can have problematic characters without it being problematic. That's
Yeah.
part of the fucking story.
Yeah, well, the world's going to shit. This is how fucking Donald Trump got elected. You brought up a cool subject. I didn't know anything about it. You said, "Hey, let's make our own Avengers," and I said, "What are those?" And you said people that you would have save the world, and I said, "How many of them are there?" And you said it's infinite.
Infinity War.
Is yes.
How your like blind spot to all superhero things is amazing.
Yeah.
You literally know nothing.
No, I know. No, it came out and everyone's talking about it.
Yes, it is like the biggest movie in the world right now.
And with that, but that was a meme. It was Marvel. Infinity War is right.
The biggest crossover event in Marvel and biggest crossover event in cinema history or whatever it is.
And then you say me, and it's like a picture of fucking the yodeling kid or something like that.
Yeah. So
is that song taken off? By the way,
no, I don't think so.
Famous?
I don't think so. I mean, like
it should have.
I've seen like it. I think the only time that I've seen it like reference is when people remix it. I've seen it remixed a few times. One by us, and then one by somebody else.
Yeah. How many plays does ours have?
I don't know. 37.
37 views?
retweets.
No,
37
retweets. It's got 35 retweets.
Ooh.
And 7,700 views. Oh, in excess of 7,700 views. So we don't do it for the clicks. We don't do it for the whatever. We just do it to make you hear thunder more than you want to hear. Did you like the "It's Gonna Be May" thing?
Yes, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So my idea was that we should create a team of Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Based off of things that we discuss on this podcast, or just things that we like.
I just thought that you
things that we like.
Well,
for me, I'll start off.
Mm-hmm.
Paddington is on my team of Avengers.
Mm.
He's going to save the world by making it a much nicer place and giving marmalade sandwiches to everybody.
Okay. I'm going to say Jack Bauer for sure. Although Jack Bauer can be a toughie because there's only one ball, right?
Does he have one testicle?
No. I'm saying the basketball expression. There's only one ball.
Brunch. Hit it, boys.
I'm saying, like, he's going to be
really
doing everything
misread that.
himself. He's going to be doing everything himself.
Yeah,
Although,
he's a ball hog.
yeah, he's not missing a testicle. He's missing a other part of his body, which is
The sharing bone.
like tallness. I was trying to make a joke about how he's
Him being short.
He's missing part of his body that would make him taller if he had it. He's like nice height. Where's the rest of it? Keeper?
Fuck you.
You know that you've seen the Freddie Prinze Jr. shit, right?
No.
Next time you're talking to Freddie Prinze Jr., ask him about working with Kiefer Sutherland on 24. That fucker will go off.
Really?
He hates Kiefer Sutherland.
Really?
He's like, Kiefer Sutherland was the worst. They had me do all of my scenes barefoot because Kiefer didn't want me to look that much taller than him. And they would have him do scenes with me where he was standing on like an apple box or whatever. And
As a short guy myself,
Yeah.
not to brag, but that makes me fucking hate Kiefer Sutherland
Right.
so much.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're a fucking Hollywood actor. You're the star of that show.
Yeah.
You are like a god on that show.
Yeah.
Just fucking embrace it, dude.
Yeah. If you, again, this is classic brunch. If you don't embrace the shit about you that might be not necessarily abnormal, but that could be classified as an imperfection, then you fucking suck.
Yeah.
Or you're actually, or maybe you're just depressed, in which case we
Get some help.
hope you, yes, we are on Team U.
Brunch. Hit it, boys.
So let's see. Jack Bauer. I'll do another one. Kevin McAllister.
Kevin McAllister, why? Because of his traps?
Yeah, he
good
could
trap
trap
man.
the bad guys.
Yeah.
Although, actually, he's not good at finishing the job.
That's true.
He's somehow never.
He
killed
always
those
needs
guys.
help from like a random ass stranger.
No, not even that. He didn't. None of those guys ever died, which is
You want
crazy.
them to
He
kill
should have
him.
killed them. Yes. Well, all of we discussed this. He was the original Jigsaw. He made
true.
these fucking death traps, and they should have died. But since they didn't, because it was a PG movie, I'm still putting that on Kevin. Can't finish the job.
There is like a discussion to be had about whether Kevin McAllister was actually good at like thwarting criminals, because he always, I mean, like
No, he was good. He fucked around with them long enough until the police could come.
Yeah, but like he always also put himself in a position where like he should have been caught and should have been like in a really bad situation, and then he got help from a random stranger, like the old fucking dude with the shovel.
Oh yeah,
And then the crazy pigeon lady.
yeah. Who it turns out she was in something else. I forget what, but I think that when you looked in
She
your
was
heart,
Phyllis
she
from
wasn't
The
so
Office.
crazy at all. What's that?
She was Phyllis from The Office.
No, they don't even look alike even at all. Go on. Who else you got?
Go off, King. I'll steal one from you.
Okay.
I'm going to pick Jason Tatum.
Okay.
And his superpower is that he just never gets older. He's always 19.
That's very terrific.
Lives forever.
I am picking Octavia Spencer because
Okay.
all she does is win.
Well, all she does is support.
Yes, right. So
She's not going to be like the lead Avenger,
Right.
But she'll support the rest of them and then make them better at their jobs.
and they'll be like, that's not a fair group of Avengers because she's good enough to be the fucking main Avenger, and you're just putting her in a position where she's like the fourth Avenger. That's bullshit.
but I don't know.
Make
If that,
her your first Avenger. Play by the rules.
but I don't know if that would work because like the whole Avengers thing is that it's stars that come together. Like they're all their own stars of their own movies and shit like that, and then they make an Avengers movie and they all come and play like supporting roles for the greater good.
So then nobody's better at playing a supporting role than Octavia Spencer. So it's like
Right, but
instead
she's
of
not the
drafting-
star.
Right, but I'm saying it's like instead of drafting a college tackle and moving them to guard, which is a very common thing in the NFL, you're just like, you know what? I'm going to look at all the guys who played guard in college and draft that guy, which doesn't always work out. A lot of times you're moving guys from tackle to guard, but if you just say, you know what? I need the best person.
So you're not taking the best player on the board. You're taking somebody who's really good at a specific need.
Well, not necessarily, because that player could be better than the tackle. I'm saying just because you're a star doesn't mean that you do a better job than a person who supports, which is often the case in Octavia Spencer movies because the leads don't get nominated. She does.
Not this year.
Yeah. Who else you got?
Well, I think we have to pick Zac Efron for some role, but what Zac Efron's... well, I guess Zac Efron's superpower would be that he's so unpredictable, and you really can't ever get a read on what he's going to do next. And he'll take down the bad guys with the thing that you would least see coming. It's like his career. You can't you no idea where that baby's turning next.
I'm going to pick Colin Jost
Who?
because he seems like a sacrificial guy. And if someone
If
someone has to go, he'd be very, very brave. And we would love everything that he did.
Would Colin Jost's superpower be that he can control the weather?
Brunch. Hit it, boys.
He would be ordinary man.
Oh, God.
You would be, they would be distracted. They would see all these people come together. They'd be like, "Oh my God, it's Octavia Spencer and Jack Bauer and Robert Horry. Why is Robert Horry one of his Avengers? Oh, wait a second. Who's that very plain man?" And then Big Shot Bob comes through and gets rid of that person, that bad guy,
Why do you have Robert Horry on your Avengers team?
because he hits game winners.
That is an amazingly outdated reference.
This is a lot of outdated references tonight.
That's true.
We're doing old news, outdated references. Actually, last night, so LeBron hit a game-winning shot in their game, and after, it was quite cool. We just rewound it and replayed it, put it on mute, and put on the song Game Winner by Wolfpack. And it was quite amazing to just like watch it and watch all the replays as this song is being sung about like, I'll hit the game winner. And it was just, it maybe I was a little drunk, but it just came together so nice, and it was very aesthetically pleasing. So
Okay.
Robert Horry's on my team.
We should add a lady to this team of Avengers. Let's
I've
not be
added so many.
problematic.
I have so many ladies on mine.
All right, let's hear.
Yeah. Well, I already said Octavia Spencer.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I've got Allie Raceman, USA.
Okay.
Connie Britton is one of my Avengers.
Okay.
So yeah. So what's how are you
Well,
gonna
if you're
dig
putting
yourself out of your hole?
if you're putting Connie Britton in there, I have to put Kyle Chandler in there. He's the guy who just comes in and says, "Let me tell you something."
Yeah, he's going to be the coach of the
yeah,
Avengers.
yeah. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
I'm real sweaty.
No, I was going to say he'll work up a sweat for the team. He will always look mid-mission at the beginning of a mission.
That's true. I like that we had that whole Kyle Chandler debate, and like I was not a debate, like a discussion about how sweaty he is, and then we were so confident in the fact that he was sweaty and everything.
Yeah.
And then we went to
Then
go
we
put
looked up
together.
something. We were like, he's not sweaty a lot.
We went to go put together a video to lay
We're like,
over
yo,
that,
Adam,
that audio.
Ryan, can you add sweat to some of these for us?
It's like, we really misjudged the amount of sweat that maybe it's just like a natural glaze on that guy.
I love when you say something that it turns out is wrong, but ultimately it's like it's right.
It's always right.
Like
to
when
me.
I bet when I said that, like people were listening, they were like similar to your reaction. You're like, holy shit, yeah, he is always sweaty, and we're both agreeing like yes, and that's not right. He's not always sweaty, but it just seems so. It seems right. So I think yeah. I mean,
think
the fucking world we live in today with all the fucking bullshit that goes on. Yeah.
I think that there have been more egregious lies that have gone undetected than Kyle Chandler not being sweaty.
Yes. Who else do you have?
To be honest, I don't.
Those are the only people I had. Robert Horry was my first Avenger. I had Robert Horry, Allie Raceman, Brad Stevens, Jack Bauer. A lot of athletes.
Sports guy over here.
Connie Britton. Yeah.
Should we take listener suggestions on who should join our team of Avengers? We're definitely going to miss some that people are going to mention, being like, "How did you not put this person in here?"
Yeah.
Based off of the like podcast stuff.
Yeah. I did some drunk merch purchasing.
What'd you
this
get?
Week. I just did some vinyl shopping on Amazon. I always feel weird when I get vinyl from Amazon. I feel like you're not supposed to do that,
Yeah,
but most of my vinyl is from Amazon.
Yeah, I've done it a few times, and it definitely does feel like a weird thing because vinyl's supposed to be vintage, and you're buying it on the goddamn internet marketplace.
Well, I mean, if it's like a new, if it's a new album, I'm saying like if it's
still like a weird thing.
yeah, like I just feel like you're supposed to buy it in a
like the
record store.
purpose of getting vinyl is to get like the physical copy of it,
Yes.
and not like just be a digital asshole.
Yeah.
and you're being a
And you're
digital
doing
asshole
it-
by buying the physical copy,
and you're buying it on your phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw you freaking out on Instagram about the
Bringing down the horse.
about the wallflowers.
Yes. Yeah. One of my faves. My friend's apartment has a bunch of vinyl, and we were just going through stuff and playing records. It was a lot of fun. We played the Avalanches, Frankie Sinatra.
Yeah.
It was a real a real hoot. And I was like, oh shit, Bringing Down the Horse. I was like, this is one of my favorite albums, and somehow I don't have it on vinyl. So right away,
I didn't even know that's what that album was called. I didn't know like the name of that album. I just knew
Yeah.
the cover art.
Yeah, it's crazy. The track listing of that album is insane. It starts with one headlight, And the second song is 6th Avenue Heartache, which is
Back-to-back
like
hitters.
yes. And the fourth song is Three Marlenas, and the fifth song is The Difference. So that is, I was saying, that's like Alfonso Soriano, Derek Jeter, fucking Gary Sheffield,
that is a
whoever
greatest
you
hits
want.
album.
Yeah, like the first, it's very similar to like The Stranger, where just every song on it is just what a fucking classic. Wallflowers are awesome.
They really are. I did notice on the album when you posted on your Instagram that like the lettering on the Wallflowers is really weird on that album. It's like the wallflower.
Yeah, there's
Wallflowers.
a little space between the F and the L. You're right.
Yeah, it gave me like anxiety. I was like, why is that? Why is it like that?
Yeah.
The Wallflowers.
Why did they
Maybe
do
we've
that?
been saying it wrong this entire time.
Yeah, it is a fucking terrific album name though.
For sure. Guess what?
What?
I'm fully moved into my apartment.
Oh, nice.
Yeah?
How's that?
I don't know. It's been a day.
Yeah.
We had a party,
Nice.
and I got pretty drunk.
Nice.
Not to brag.
Look at you.
And I closed out the first night in my apartment by checking to see what was on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what was on HBO?
What?
500 Days of Summer.
Nice.
If that's not a sign that I don't know what it's a sign about, but I'm just really happy that 500 Days of Summer is on HBO.
I woke up this morning. My computer was on my bed, which I very rarely take the computer to bed unless I'm like editing an episode of Brunch or something like that. I like to. This is weird, but I like
Separate.
to keep like the screens kind of out of the bedroom.
Church and state.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
like although I have a TV in my bedroom now, just because if like I don't want to be the person who always dominates the fucking TV.
This is the first time that I've had a TV in my bedroom in a long time since college.
Yeah, I don't like it. You're not supposed to have a TV in your bedroom.
I disagree.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'm excited about it. Very, very excited about
So
it.
you just like lie there with a TV on?
No, but like if I want to watch TV and watch
Yeah.
TV in bed, fuck yeah.
It does. It makes you so much lazier though. Like I take longer now to get my day going because I just fucking sit there, and then between the phone and the
Well, that's
TV
because
and
you're like a
everything-
first take guy.
I love First Take.
I know you do.
First Take is great. I actually, so
like I don't have anything to watch in the morning.
Yeah.
You do.
a lot of times I'll post like ridiculous shit that
The Stephen A. Smith
the-
one was so funny
Yeah.
this week.
fucking that was like the dumbest thing anyone has ever said. So the what was it? The Celtics beat the Sixers in Game 1 without Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
And what did
Max Kellerman was
say?
like, I don't know if Jaylen Brown coming back makes that big of a difference.
No,
Or,
he was like, I don't. Yeah, he's like, I don't know if the Celtics
Are
are
a better
able,
team.
like, are a team capable of beating the Sixers once Jaylen Brown comes back. Basically saying like Jaylen Brown coming back is going to prevent Jason Tatum from having a good game or having these guys. Stephen A. Smith's face. He didn't say anything.
He literally did the
yeah.
that, and it was like the funniest thing. That
But
I've
it
seen.
lingered for, and like
Yeah.
he went through and kept making his next point and everything, and he was still holding his face, and then he did this little like eye roll thing of like, ugh, this fucking idiot. So good. But yeah, I post a lot of those things, and every now and then someone will be like, "You clearly watched this show, then, huh?" I don't know. I like it. It's
You
like
said it on the
Yeah.
show. You like I like First Take.
I think that's a weird thing. I think that liking First Take is like liking Trump, where you're like, I know this is bad and this is a problem and this is making the world really, really dumb.
But I
and
can't
this
look
is
away,
all
and
bullshit.
I can't stop supporting it.
But it just soothes me. That's weird. You think like liking Trump's make some people feel good.
I mean, yeah. And
Like, and liking First
what
Take makes me
you-
feel good.
Like, why? Does it make you feel smarter?
Oh, that's
Is that
definitely
it?
Yeah, maybe that's it. Actually, it's like
you're
watching a bunch of people do the ABCs, and you're like, ooh, and like they're kind of struggling through it, and you're like, I know that shit.
Well, there is like a little bit of hope that comes with watching First Take because you're like, I'm smarter than these people.
Yeah.
Or like at least I mean, those people are smarter than they lead on.
Oh yeah, Stephen A. Smith, I bet, is a very, very smart man.
Yeah, and he is
Kellerman
rightfully
once came
so.
off as smart back in the day.
And they're rightfully so dumbing themselves down for the paycheck, which is fucking huge.
Yeah.
So I don't blame them, but like there is a little bit of hope watching that and being like, I'm for sure smarter than these people, and they're cashing massive paychecks. So maybe someday I can do it.
I need to look at. Didn't Stephen A. Smith say something that like was not? Did he like drop like a huge swear one time?
I have no idea, but he's done a lot of dumb shit before.
I think that like one time there was like a holy shit. What did Stephen A. Smith say? I forget what it was. I don't think it was to the level of Charles Barkley, but I always like to remind people that Charles Barkley did that. Do you remember that?
No, what do you do?
They showed a guy jumping around. They were like coming back from a break or something. They showed a fan, and he was dressed and jumping around, all hyped up. And Charles Barkley said they were like, "Oh, look at this young man." And Charles Barkley said he looks like and then dropped a hard F.
What?
Yeah.
What?
He said he looks like an FAG, and then everyone was like, "Wait, yo, Charles Barkley." You can't say like because people caught videos of it. And They were like, fire Charles Barkley, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, after reviewing the video and talking to Charles, no, I didn't.
What?
Yes. Yes. He said FAG on television in a derogatory way. Not that could ever be said in like said in like a complimentary way. But yeah, they were like, no, he didn't.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
The boldness of that is
like,
unbelievable.
So let's see if we can find this.
Charles
this
Barkley.
story.
Charles Barkley might have the best gig in America because, like, he
Clearly
says
he's going to live forever.
right, like he has already proved that he cannot be fired, and he just continually says the dumbest shit ever. It's clear that he doesn't like really watch that much basketball.
Yeah.
He like only watches basketball when he has to, like when he's at work, and his analysis isn't great. He literally like threatens to fight players and like physically harass players, and like he keeps calling all the women of Houston very fat and ugly.
Really?
Yeah. And like he can basically say whatever he wants, and everybody is just like, that Charles Barkley, he's wacky.
I searched Charles Barkley F word, and one of the things that came up is headline: Charles Barkley doesn't like, quote, girly basketball. Like he just says he's the fucking king of problematic. I'm gonna find this. Oh, it was a Celtics fan he said it about. This is from fucking BuzzFeed, but it says, did Charles Barkley call a Celtics fan that word?
That's in
question
the headline?
mark. And then the subhead is TNT claims he said fan, but we're not so sure. And
Can we play it?
yeah.
Bro,
This was not a paid political.
now please don't have no kids, man. You a damn idiot dressed like that. Please don't have no kids.
Celtics fan, baby.
Come on, man. He dressed like a fan. Ain't nothing like the same thing as putting on paint.
Wait.
There's
Play it
your.
again? Play it again?
Okay.
Please don't have no kids.
Celtics fan, baby.
Come on, man. He dressed like a fan.
That would definitely
Dress like you would
dress
never
like
say
a
to
fan
somebody
after
yes,
while
exactly.
criticizing him. That does not work in
And
that
after saying
context.
You don't have kids. Like
Yeah.
no one. And when has ever anyone said to you, like, "Damn, Pete, you're dressed like a fan."
Yeah. No, that didn't work. So Charles Barkley, like, pretty good gig that he can just say whatever the fuck he wants, and
Yeah.
everybody's like, that Charles Barkley, he's such a goof.
So far, what have we hit on? Old news stories, basically. This whole episode has
Yes.
been like the thing that has tied everything
And
together.
credit to me, I haven't heard of a single one of them.
Brunch. Hit it, boys.